evening, students. Today we are going to start with the next lesson number 2 of the unit number 7. In this lesson number 2, you will learn about the using of these basic ABAP statements. So in this lesson, you are going to learn about the standard basic programming concepts of the SAP ABAP. So let us start with the first topic. The first topic is the value assignments, and this is the slide in which you can see that this is a sample ABAP program and on which we have declared some datas. As in the previous video I have already discussed, sometimes these data objects are also called variables, and you can see that this is data declaration in the ABAP program, and the first data object is gc underscore qf and its type is s underscore char underscore id and the value is qf. So you can see that first of all it is of type global type because we have declared this data object gc underscore qf with the type s underscore char underscore id, which is not a standard data type and it is a global type, that is dictionary type. Second, we have assigned some value to this data object gc underscore qf. We have assigned this value qf with the help of addition, that is called value. So this constant is an optional part, either you use this constant or not, it will take the value is qf. Now come to the next data object. So another is data gv underscore char id 1 type s underscore char id. So again you can see that this s underscore char id is the dictionary type, that is your global type, and this is data object gv underscore char id 1. In the next statement gv underscore char id 2, the type is again dictionary type. We are assigning the value is ls, so we are making it as a constant, so no need to be used here the constants keyword. Similarly gv underscore counter type is I. The I is our standard type. In the standard type we have two types, complete type and incomplete type. So this is a complete type, integer type. Now when the program will start, it automatically assign the value of qf to the variable gc underscore qf. So you can see that it is a memory part, memory snapshot in which you can see that the gc underscore qf value is qf. So now come to the next instruction or statement of ABAP. You can see that we are using here move gc underscore qf to gv underscore char id. So the value of gc underscore qf, initial value is qf. So we are moving this value to the gv underscore char id 1. So this is gv underscore char id 1, the type is s underscore char id. So this value of qf will be transferred to this variable or data object gv underscore char id 1. So you can see that this is a snapshot of the memory, and we have three data objects gv underscore char id 1, gv underscore char id 2 and gv underscore counter. So initially we have not assigned any value to gv underscore char id 1, so it is taking the default value which is a null value. Second, gv underscore char id we have assigned the value lh. So in the memory snapshot you can see that the value is lh for gv underscore char id 2 data object. Another is gv underscore counter. So default value of this gv underscore counter is 0 because we have defined this data object using the type integer, and the default value of integer I is 0. Now come to the next snapshot of this memory, and we have assigned, that means we have moved this value to the char id 1. So it becomes gv underscore char id 1 value have been changed from null to the qf, but the value of gv underscore char id is same lh. gv underscore counter value is 0 for this statement move gc underscore qf to gv underscore char id 1. Now move on to the next statement, and you can see that we are assigning the value of gv underscore char id 1 to gv underscore char id 2. So the value of gv underscore char id 1 will change the value of gv underscore char id 2, which was lh, now it becomes qf. For this instruction the memory snapshot is qf, qf and the gv counter is 0. Now come to the next instruction or next statement. This is add 1 to the gv underscore counter. So it is adding the one value, adding one value to the gv underscore counter initial value. Initial value was 0. For this statement the gv underscore carry id 1 value will be qf, gv underscore carry id 2 value will be qf, but for the gv counter it has been changed from 0 to 1. Now there is a special kind of statement we use in case of a SAP ABAP programs, and that is called clear. If you want to make the initial values, so for that case we use the clear statement, and in this case of a clear statement we are using clear gv underscore carry id 1, gv underscore carry id 2 and gv underscore counter. So it will set the default values of these variables or these data object. So it will automatically initialize it to the data type initial values, and the data type initial value, you can see that in this case char id 1 it becomes null, for char id 2 it becomes null because it is of character type, gv underscore counter its value becomes 0. So this was all about this slide, and now we are moving on to the next topic, and which is calculations. So before proceeding on to this next slide, I just want to tell you more about this clear statement. So the clear statement is generally used to reset the value of the object, and resetting the value of the data object depend upon the data type of the data objects. So if we have taken gv underscore carry id 1 is of type string, so it will initialize or reset the value of data object to the null value, and if it is of type integer it will reset the value of this data object gv underscore counter to the 0. Now come to the next slide, that is called calculations. So generally we have number of type of operations that we can apply onto the number of statements of ABAP programs, and the valid operations are plus, that is addition, minus, that is subtraction, multiplication, that is multiply, and division. Apart from that we have 3 more operations that we can operate on these instructions or statements for the calculation is exponential, division without remainder, that is called div, and another is mode, that is called remainder after integral division. So you can see that this is a calculation, simple calculation. First of all we are defining 3 data objects, gv underscore max, gv underscore occ and gv underscore percentage, and we are performing calculation here. So we are applying this operations multiply and division here for finding the percentage, and how we can find the percentage from these data object. First of all gv underscore occ multiply by 100 and divided by gv underscore max. So this compute statement, or you can see that this compute keyword is an optional. You can directly write down the statement gv underscore percentage equal to gv underscore occ multiply by 100 divided by gv underscore max. So this is the type of a calculation that we can done. Now come to the next topic, and which is most important topic of this SAP ABAP programs. For this is conditional branches. So as we know, the structure of an ABAP program is made up of a processing blocks, and the various conditions and loops can be implemented in the SAP ABAP programs by using the your standard keywords, and the standard keywords are if, case, do and while. So these are the keywords that we can use in applying these conditional branches and looping statement. So in ABAP, depending on the certain condition, you can execute the various sequence of the statements. In the if construct, you can define any logical expression as a check condition. If the condition is met, the syntax execute the relevant statements. Otherwise, it's specified in the next else if branch is checked. If it is satisfied, then it will execute these statements. If none of the condition is fulfilled, then else branch, this is your else branch, will be executed. So you can see in this example, if gv underscore variable, that is gv underscore var object value is greater than 0, then it will execute these statements. If it is not so, then it will check the condition gv underscore var equal to 0, then it will execute this statement, otherwise it will execute these statements. In case of a case construct, the content of the field specified is checked against the data object listed in when branches. So gv underscore char id will be matches with this when. If it matches, it satisfies the condition, then it will execute the statements. Otherwise it will check for the next when, and if it is matched, then it will execute these statements. Otherwise it will go to when other statements. If no comparison is successful, the system executes other branches. So, and the most important thing that is to be noted here, if is always ended with the end if, and case is always ended with the end case, and each of the instruction is ended with the dot, that is called period. Now come to the next topic, and this is an example of the if statement. You can see that either we can also use this and or links for the parenthesis. So if you want to supply more than one condition, then we can use with the help of or and then and so on. We have the negation is also how we can apply the negation before the logic condition with the help of a not. Come to the next topic, and this next topic is the loops. So in case of a loop constructs, we have conditional branches, loops, or unconditionals. In nested loop, sy index, that is a loop counter, always contain the loop pass number of the loop in which it is located. And you can also see number of types of loops are there. The first one is do and undo loop. Second is do n times and undo. Third one is while condition. If the condition met, then it will execute the statements, and then end while. Another kind of loop is select from database table, then statements will be executed, and then end select. Similarly, the last one, this is called we can apply this loop onto internal tables also. So before discussing about the loop at internal table, I just want to tell you we have generally two types of table. The first one is internal table and second is transparent tables. The transparent tables are exist in physically in nature. That means you can store your data into the transparent table directly, but internal tables are not the actual tables, they are some logical tables. So if you want to get data from this transparent table to the program for performing some operations, then you can get that data not directly to the program, you must have to use this internal table there. So first of all, the data will be moved or copy from this transparent table to the internal tables, and then with the help of this internal table we can use that data. So we can also apply the loop onto this internal table with the help of construct, that is a loop at internal table, and then statements, and then end loop. And sometimes this select loop generally used for read the several entries of the database tables in succession. So in an internal table, the same read function is implemented with the loop. So come to the next topic, and next topic is some interesting system fields, and this is an important topic. And you can see that there are existing of the sum of the system fields in the SAP system. The first one major system field is SYMANDT. So MANDT system field is used for checking the logon client. If you want to check on which client we have logged on our system, so we can check with the help of this system field, and this system field is SYMANDT. Next is uname. If you want to get the name of the user, if you want to print the name of the user into ABAP through the ABAP program, you can check the system field SYUname. You can use this SYUname for logon name of the user. Next is SY language, that is for checking the logon language on which you have logged on. It may be either English, it may be either German. So you can use this system field, and the system field is SYLANGU. Next system field is local date of the ABAP system, that is the current ABAP system local date. If you want to get, then we can use the system variable SYDATUM. Another is if you want to get the local time of ABAP system, that is SYUZEIT. Now come to the next system field, which is if you want to get the transaction code that you have used recently, that you can check it out or print with the help of this system field, which is SYT code, transaction code. Another system field is SYREP-ID. If you want to get the name of the current program on which you are working, then you can use the system field which is SYREP-ID. And the last one that we have already discussed, SY index. So this SY index is used for loop counter in the do and while loops. So this SY index is automatically incremented the loops. You no need to be specify here that I plus plus and all. This is SY index automatically increment the loop. So these were some interesting system fields. And now come to the next topic, and this is the last topic of this lesson number 2. Then we will see some practical part in the next video lecture. So written code of an ABAP statement. So another system field we can talk it about SYSUBRC. So SYSUBRC, that is used for the returning code. One of the most important system field is SYSUBRC field, and it is supplied by the ABAP runtime system with the corresponding written code to be indicate whether the statement could be executed successfully or not. If it is returning the value equal to 0, that means it has executed the statement successfully. If it is returning the value 1, then it will not executed the statement successfully. So you can see that in this program, first of all, we are getting some data from the user. So this is a parameter statement, and p_char is the data object, and the type is char ID. Next, in this data object, we are using gs_char as char, type is char, and we are selecting some data from your table, and the table name is schar. So select single star from schar into gs_char, where char ID equal to pa_char. So if this statement will return something, that means if you are finding some data from the database and that data exists into the database, that is in this table schar, then automatically the SYSUBRC system variable will be 0. It will return the value 0. That means if SYSUBRC equal to 0, then go to the new line. If you want to take the new line, and then you can write the char ID, char name, and URL of from this table. Else, if this value is 1, that means you're not finding something data related to this particular condition, char ID equal to p_char. So it will jump from this if to the else, and it will write sorry, no data found. So the value of the 0 means the statement was executed successfully. So it has find something from this database. So this is the most important system field, and it is SYSUBRC, and the full form of SYSUBRC is subroutine written code. Subroutine written code. So this was all about the unit number 7 and lesson number 2. If you really like my videos, please press the like button and share to the other also.